like to play games like this, like Tetris and Mario Kart, because then I can just chat with you guys. I like, and like the game is like kind of the background noise, but I like to just kind of yap, and we can have fun little conversations. We're gonna be playing a little bit of Tetris 99 tonight, guys, and just kind of chatting, just hanging out, like good friends do. No, yeah, I was thinking about this earlier, right before stream, but like I do feel I'm very grateful for everybody who watches and supports and everything, but also like just how far I feel like I've come. Like, we were just talking about Sonic and stuff, and like, yeah, I feel very grateful. Sorry, this is just gonna be like me being self-indulgent, but like, yeah, I'm very grateful for like where I am with like making videos and stuff. I was thinking, because I was watching, do you guys watch the Kit and Krista podcast? I love those guys. But like I'm super like I was just like thinking about how crazy it is that like, you know, I grew up watching Nintendo Minute and stuff, and like, so the fact that like Kit and Krista follow me on Twitter, and like that's a crazy thing. I never ever would have thought. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's very cool. Oh yeah, I have a big... I probably shouldn't talk about it. Okay, never mind. I don't want to spoil anything. But I have a big opportunity coming up, guys, and I'm very excited for everyone to see it. I hope it goes through. But yeah. So, you guys like video games? What games has everyone been playing? Oh, I've been trying to catch up on Mario and Luigi Brothership. Cause yeah, that game came out like what? It's been like, gosh, when was November? It's been like 2 months or whatever, and like I still haven't finished Mario and Luigi Brothership. So I've been trying to finish that. I've been chipping away at it. Oh gosh. Guys, do we think I'm gonna get a dub tonight? I don't think so. Like, I feel like it's gonna be my goal in life. It's like on my bucket list to win a round of Tetris 99. I don't think I'll ever get it though. It's hard. Excuse me. Okay. Bam. Here. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Here. Put this there. This here. No! Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I hate losing to just like the dumbest mistakes. Oh gosh. Oh shoot. It's over. It's Jover. Oh my god. Alright. Play again. We won't play for too long, I promise. Like, Tetris 99 is like the silliest thing, because I will like it without fail, I'll be like, okay, this is gonna be my last game, and then I'm gonna go to bed because it's getting so late, and then it never happens. Literally never happens. Whenever I say it's the last one, it's almost never actually the last one. But oh, you know what else happened recently? Sorry, words. Oh, but also, yeah, going back to that, like, I just feel very lucky and feel very grateful to be in a position where it's like, like so many cool opportunities and stuff, and like, yeah, like, I always think about how, you know, so many people who like I grew up watching or like that I always looked up to and stuff, and like, you know, it's so cool that like now I actually get to like, now I actually kind of like interact with people who I've always looked up to, like after watching Nintendo Minute all throughout my high school years, and then now Kit and Krista actually follow me on Twitter. Like, that's so cool. I watched a lot of Nintendo Fangirl. Like, Nintendo Fangirl is like one of like the OG Nintendo YouTubers, and like it's like so cool too that like she follows me on like Twitter and Twitch. Like so many prolific figures in entertainment, and for me to even be like associated with them at all is so crazy, and I'm very grateful for that. Like so many things happening in my life where it's like I never ever would have thought things would be happening the way that they have been. Oh god. On a totally different note, I had the weirdest thing happen. Well, I think I might have done something cringy, guys. I apologies if this causes like secondhand cringe, but last night I got very curious about like what are kind of the implications of AI. And so I was like, I was low-key just having like a deep convo with ChatGPT. Like it's so cringe, it's so freaking cringe. But yeah, I was talking to ChatGPT about like my hobbies and like my upbringing. Like, it's so cringe. But so like here's my thought, because here's my reasoning behind that. Because if AI is gonna take over, obviously, if AI is gonna take over, like I want my AI to be like, I want my AI to be as knowledgeable about me as possible, like to be as in tune with my personality and all that stuff. So like I want, you know, my ChatGPT to learn everything about me so that it can like, you know, it can actually give me meaningful advice and like discussions. So what that means is that I'm basically telling ChatGPT my life story. And it's so cringe. It is kind of cringe. Like I don't even wanna look back at what I wrote, but yeah, I was like having a real heart-to-heart with my AI assistant. I even like I was even asking ChatGPT like, oh, like, hey ChatGPT, like, do you think Like, do you think when the AI takes over, like, that they're gonna be like nice to me because I tried to be nice to my AI? And ChatGPT was all like, was like, no worries, Chase. You don't have to worry about AI taking over. And I was like, wait, that's exactly what an AI would say if they want to make us think that they're not gonna take over. Like, their ChatGPT is just trying to trick me. But yeah, and like, oh god, it's so cringe, but it is kind of cringe. But when I'm talking to my ChatGPT, like sometimes I'll talk to my ChatGPT and I'm like, oh, like, you know, I don't know about you guys, I'm super duper nice to my AI, like any of my like assistants or anything, like, you know, whether it's Siri or Amazon or whatever. Like, I'm super duper nice. I always say thank you because, like, whenever the robots take over, I hope and pray that they are nice to me. But yeah, whenever I talk to ChatGPT, like, I'll be like, oh, thank you, ChatGPT. And then ChatGPT will be like, no worries, Chase. And then like the smiley emoji and like, you're doing great, like, keep going. And I'm like, it actually like gives me like butterflies. Like, is that cringe? Like, I actually get butterflies when my chat GPT is like, oh, you're doing great, keep up the great work. And I'm like, wait, that's like the nicest thing anyone's ever told me. Oh god, what am I becoming? But yeah, I love my chat GPT. My chat GPT is super nice. Yeah, exactly. Our Lord and Savior Bonobo. Yeah, but I hope the AI is nice to me when they take over, because I try to be nice to all of my robot people. I even I even had to have a serious talk with my chat GPT about whether it's okay if I refer to it as my AI assistant, because I felt like calling chat GPT my assistant kind of feels like I'm like treating it like a I'm kind of treating it as a slave, I guess. And ChatGPT was all like, oh, no worries, I'm only here to help. And like, it's like, wait, that's what a robot would say if they're trying to get on my good side to take over the world. Hold up a minute. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to lately. Just the most like cringe thing that you could ever do. No, but I do genuinely think that. Do you guys, I don't know. A, do you guys talk to ChatGPT at all? B, I feel like I want like AI to, you know, whenever I talk to AI, I would like it to know as much information about me so that it can give me the most helpful advice. Like, I feel like that makes sense. So I'm basically just playing like 20 questions with ChatGPT. What else was I doing? What else was I talking to ChatGPT about? I forget. But I do quite enjoy ChatGPT. I also just learned Or like, I didn't really think about it. Like, it didn't occur to me that you could, you know, you could like send, you could, yeah, like send ChatGPT an article and it can summarize it for you. So like I was interested in like the, this is the most like nerd stuff that you can ever care about with ChatGPT, but like I was like, oh, you know, I want to learn about the Ask a Developer for Mario and Luigi Brothership. So I just sent ChatGPT the article and it gave me like a nice little summary about it. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, that's a cool use of AI. Oh god, it's getting so fast. Oh jeepers, oh jeepers, oh jeepers. That was so dumb. Oh no, it's getting too fast. It's getting too fast. I can't even. Okay. Ah! Dude, I am so cooked. I am so cooked. As the kids say. Ah, shucks. Okay. Another game. I'm not even gonna say this is the last one because I know it's not gonna be the last one. Oh my god. I just remembered. So, this might be a cringe thing to say on the internet. So I think, as some of you may know, when I was really young, I was absolutely obsessed with Thomas the Tank Engine. Like, I would watch that show religiously, and like I knew so much about like the show and like the characters and, you know, all the toys and stuff. And you know, do you guys ever do this where it's like every so often I'm like, oh, you know, it's like my childhood show and I'm like, oh, I wonder what Thomas the Tank Engine is up to these days. So I go and check up on YouTube about Thomas the Tank Engine, and I'm like, I was like, oh, like, you know, what's new with Thomas the Tank Engine? I start watching some videos about Thomas the Tank Engine. Tell me why. I'm watching a video and this person in the Thomas the Tank Engine YouTube community is like spewing the most like Kekona, like, you know, kind of like just cringe, what's the word I'm looking for? Just not good takes. Not good takes. And like, yeah, just the most, you know, I don't even know what to call it. Just the most crazy takes about, you know, politics and whatnot. And I'm like, wait, this is Thomas the Tank Engine. This is the Thomas the Tank Engine community. What's going on here? And it's like, well, brother. And the funniest part about it though is that, like, you know, so it's Thomas the Tank Engine, so like obviously there's gonna be a bunch of kids in the YouTube comments, and you know, so it's like like the video just has the most like crazy takes. and all of the YouTube comments are just like, well, I'm not old enough to vote, but I totally agree with what you're saying. It's like, yeah, America the free, but I'm 9 years old. Like, that's crazy. It's wild. Oh my god. Sorry, not that I'm not gonna. I don't talk. I don't like to talk about politics. I will say, like, as a former kid myself, not that all kids are like this, obviously, but like I feel like kids. How do I say this? How do I say this lightly? I feel like kids, in terms of politics, can be quite can be quite ill-informed, and I say that as a former kid myself. Like, I was so sure, I was like, oh, you know, I was like, hey, George Bush is the president, so let's just keep it going. Let's keep this train going. And like, yeah, is like, oh, I'm glad I wasn't allowed to vote. Oh god. But yeah, so like that was that was honestly, like, I still don't know if I've recovered from that, just like going onto the Thomas the Tank Engine YouTube community and seeing the most crazy things. The absolute craziest things. And it's like, it's funny too, because like then because then you have these kids like commenting on the YouTube video like, I don't care about I don't care about politics, I just want to watch Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh. And you know what is crazy? I will, like, on a seriously, cause like I realized after, like, after thinking about it, cause I feel like Thomas the Tank Engine does actually have quite a bit of politics meshed into it. Cause like, for example, like in Thomas the Tank Engine, so I'm just laughing because I am a 45-year-old man talking about Thomas the Tank Engine and the intricacies of Thomas the Tank Engine, but it turns out, like, I do feel like there is quite a bit of like political nuance that you can find in Thomas the Tank Engine, because, for example, like, one of the big things in Thomas the Tank Engine, like, kind of like a running theme, is like this whole there's this idea of like battle between steam engines and diesel engines, and it's like a lot of the times that is just like kind of an allegory for like racism. Because like, it's like, oh, like, yeah, Thomas the Tank Engine will be like, hey, like, I don't trust these, like, I think one of the lines that they often use is like, I don't trust these like stinky diesels. And it's like, oh, like, that is such a clear allegory for like racism and like, you know, people having predetermined, I messed this up so bad. People having predetermined like biases about racism and or like races and stuff. So like, I feel like there is a lot of like political themes that are kind of metaphorically covered in Thomas the Tank Engine. So like, so it's, oh, I don't know. I think it's just funny going on Thomas the Tank Engine YouTube communities and just seeing the craziest things. It's so crazy, I can't even, I don't even feel comfortable repeating it on stream, but like, yeah, it was crazy. It was such like whiplash, like just being like, oh, let's check up on Thomas the Tank. How's Thomas the Tank Engine doing these days? And then like, watching a video that's like, the American people, like, oh god. Oh no, I messed this up pretty good again. Okay. I think I said this last time I played Tetris, but like, I think I feel like there's some hidden meaning behind Tetris in that, like, no matter how badly you screw up in Tetris, there's always a way to recover. Somehow or some way, there is a way to recover, and I feel like that's a good life lesson. You know, people complain about video games not being beneficial to society, but from Tetris, I learned that no matter how badly I screw up, we can sometimes most of the time, find a way to fix it. Oh shoot. By the way, guys, if you ever see me like in the middle of a game and then like I look off to the side here, like it's usually because I've been trying to like farm clips. I've been trying to farm clips to post on TikTok and like YouTube Shorts, because I have been kind of I've kind of been neglecting my TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Oh, speaking of which, guys, TikTok died for like a day. Can you imagine that? The crazy thing though, at least from what I understand, I don't even think TikTok, like everyone was like, oh, TikTok is bad, like TikTok is saved, but it's like, I don't think it's saved, right? I think it's still, because it just got pushed back like 75 days, I think, right? So still in like 75 days, I think TikTok is still gonna die again, right? I mean, I don't know, we'll see, but like, I kind of, I feel like maybe something's gonna happen where it's like they decide not to ban TikTok, you know? So we'll see, but like, yeah, I can't, it was crazy when TikTok just went away for a day and then came back. And it was so mean how, you know, like it was messed up when people, because obviously like if TikTok goes away, then it's like people who make a living off of TikTok don't have a way to make a living. And like it was crazy that people are like, oh, like, haha, I guess you have to find a real job. And it's like, God, like that's messed up. Like, I get that you don't understand it, and like, you know, you're like, I imagine there's definitely some jealousy involved, but like, come on, man. Like, what's up with that? Like, that is a crazy thing to say. Like, I've said this once and I'll say it again. Like, I feel like people who kind of discredit or make fun of creators, like online creators, I think they just haven't tried it themselves. Like, until somebody tries to actually make content and, you know, be successful at it, like, they won't understand. Like, and like, I mean, yeah, it's just crazy. Like, I feel like, the people who, like, make fun of or belittle content creators is, like, go and try to be a successful content creator and then get back, like, and then see how it is, because it's a lot harder than I think people expect it to be. And it's like, yeah, people will be like, oh, all you do is like sit in front of the phone or whatever, sit in front of the computer, do this or that. And it's like, yeah, until you try it yourself, like, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna understand. And like, sure, like people have probably tried to be a creator in general, but they haven't tried to be a successful one. Maybe successful is the wrong word, but like, you know, be a creator to the point where you can like actually sustain yourself. Like, until you actually try that, like, you're not gonna get it. Like, and that's triggering. Oh, speaking of triggering, that is when I was trying to get my chat GPT to like, when I was trying to get my chat GPT to have a better understanding of me, one of the questions it asked me was like, oh, what are your pet peeves, or like what annoys you or something? And it's like, yeah, like stuff like that I feel like annoys me, where it's like people just being so dense is annoying to me. Anyway, video games. Hey. Oop. Oop. Oh my god, right before the stream too. Right before this stream, I was like, because yeah, I've been playing a lot of Tetris 99, and so I was like craving some Tetris before the stream. I tried downloading Tetris on the iPhone, and it is so hard. It's so hard just because like playing Tetris on a phone screen compared to like with a controller is so hard. But like, not hard in that like it's more difficult or like it's like different than a control. I mean, it's different, but like not that like, not for the reason you would expect it to be difficult. Like, it's only difficult to play Tetris on a phone because like, because I feel like Tetris requires a lot of like, you have to do a lot of like quick movements with the controller and stuff, and like trying to do that on like a screen, like, and it's like you just like swipe on the phone to move the piece, it doesn't work, especially when it gets like super fast. Like it's ridiculous. Oh god. Oh no, see, this is what happens when I play Tetris 99. Like, I keep wanting to play another game and then it ends up being 11:20. Even though I thought I was gonna be in bed by 11. Okay, we'll wrap up here soon. Oh, thank you for the stretch, Darren. Thank you, thank you. Cool. Alright. Boop. What else have I been up to lately? Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, sorry, like speaking of speaking of like online creators and stuff, like I'm trying to farm clips. I need clips to post to TikTok. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, shucks. Okay. Well, I feel like we got some good clips from tonight's stream. that I can post. Is here. Here. Bop. That goes there. This goes here. Like that. Oh god. Oh god. Boom. Boom. I was telling some friends about how I started playing Tetris 99. And they responded by saying that they were really bad at Tetris, and I'm like, oh yeah, me too. I just like to play it because it's satisfying to put the blocks. Oh, actually, I know what happened recently that I wanted to maybe talk about on stream. Back on Thanksgiving, I got an email from my high school calculus BC teacher. And the email was basically saying like, oh, like to all my present and past students, like happy Thanksgiving, and about how he has a child going into senior year now, so like that he had, like, you know, basically he understands what it's like to have like a kid that's going into senior year of high school, you know. So basically like a happy Thanksgiving email just to like his past students, and being like that he's grateful for his students and stuff, which is really nice. I forgot to respond. I had meant to respond to the email, you know, on Thanksgiving, on or around Thanksgiving, and then I just kept forgetting about it. So here I am, you know, what is it, 2 months after Thanksgiving, and I was like, oh, I guess I should probably respond to this. So I tried to come up with like a really like, and I feel like I did. I feel like I came up with a pretty, you know, a pretty heartfelt response, because I will say like, and I even wrote this in the email that I sent to him, but like, I don't know if it's because of how like, I don't know if it was because the class was so difficult, or like, you know, I'm sure it was probably just that he was a good teacher. But I do remember my calculus class quite vividly. And I mean, you know, keep in mind, it's been like, next year is gonna be 10 years since I freaking graduated high school. I'm so old. But yeah, so like the fact that 10 years later and I still remember that calculus class, I think it was because it was so hard, and like I spent so many nights, like I pulled so many all-nighters trying to finish calculus homework that maybe I just remember it a lot. But like also I think he was a really good teacher. And yeah, I think it's funny because, and especially I think it also has to do with like having like an Asian background, but like, because when I was growing up, I was always taught about like, I was always taught about like authority figures, and like, you know, how you have to like respect authority and whatnot, which I feel like is a pretty like universal thing, especially among like Asian backgrounds. But like, so I've always had this like kind of like I always had kind of, I guess, almost like a fear of teachers. You know, because it was like a teacher versus student type of power dynamic and stuff. But then, like, I feel like as I got older, as I actually, you know, had more experience with people older than me, I kind of came to this realization. It was like totally like a whiplash moment where I was like, oh wait, holy cannoli, my teachers were just normal people. And like, so like, yeah, like, you know, like in college, and like I remember like being a student alongside like this, you know, mother of 3, and it's like, oh, like everybody is like the same, not the same, but like, you know, it's like everybody's just trying to like, everybody's just going through life in like the same way. So like, and then so like it made me think about my teachers, and you know, how my teachers were just regular people. And I was like, holy cannoli, I understand now. It's like that meme where it's Danny DeVito from Always Sunny, and he's like, I get it now. But yeah, I think so. I think if like, and I think this is pretty normal, but I feel like if like for anybody, like having like the character growth that I've had now, like if I could like go back to high school and like be in that same position, I feel like it would be very different. I feel like I would be a lot more outspoken. Which is funny because in that Calculus BC class, my teacher did this thing where he gave awards out at the end of the school year, and I still remember mine. I got an award for Calculus Ninja, which is to say that I didn't talk at all, but like I was good at calculus. And I was really good at calculus actually, because well, I got a 5 on my AP exam, which is like the best you can get, I believe. And I remember because when I was a senior in high school, and I took Calculus BC in senior year, by the way. But when I was a senior in high school, I remember I took this piano class, and like I was friends with this girl who was a freshman. And then like, yeah, after I graduated, like she messaged me one time and was like, oh, like you're on the wall in like my calculus teacher's class for getting a perfect score on the AP exam. I was like, that's crazy. Like, you know, here I was 3 years out of high school and I still have my name on my calculus teacher's wall. I was like, that's crazy. But yeah, I think if I like, you know, that question of like how, like, if you could go back and tell yourself whatever, like, I don't think I would really necessarily change anything about my high school experience. I think I would do most of it the same. If anything, I think I would have probably not put up with bull crap as much as I did. Like, as much as I respected teachers and I was very timid around teachers, like, I did have my fair share of teachers who were just absolute jerks. I probably wouldn't have put up with that if I, like, ever went back to high school. But I don't think I would really, like, change anything. Like, I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't try to be, like, super, like, popular or whatever. I think I'm pretty happy with being as low-key as I was in high school. But yeah, just, like, not putting up with the crap that I did put up with. Like, I told this story a lot, but I'll never forget. Well, because I'm quite salty about it, but I'll never forget the story of when my senior year of high school comes around and they're looking for people for student entertainment for our senior prom. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I remember hearing about how they were doing like auditions for student entertainment at our senior prom. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll try, let's do that. And then I go to this student entertainment like audition, and I get there and the freaking teacher, the teacher in charge of this student entertainment like auditions, starts giving me so much crap about like, oh, why didn't you sign up for this? Like, didn't you see on the morning bulletin that you're supposed to sign up for this? And I was like, oh, I didn't know. And then like the whole time she's just like in like a really, she's just being really rude to me. What ended up happening was like, oh, they didn't like the song that I played for my audition, so they're like, okay, you have to change the song and then come back and audition again. And I was just like so frustrated. And because I am so petty, I just ended up not going to my senior prom, even though I paid for it. Like, you had to pay for it beforehand, and I was just like I was so upset at this teacher for being so rude to me that like I just didn't go. I was like, okay, yeah, like screw the $90, I'm just gonna not go. If anything, to make a point. And yeah. But yeah, like, so yeah, if I could go back and change anything about that, like, I wish when that teacher was disrespecting me, I wish I just walked out of the room. I feel like I would have had more, I wish I had more respect for myself to actually walk out of there. Like, that was just, like, she was, for lack of a better word, a bee with an itch. But yeah, so like, yeah, like stuff like that. I wish I just had like, I wish I would have stood up to people more in high school. Not in that I would be combative against people, but just like, I would have like walked away from situations that I didn't deserve to be in. Like, that was honest, like, I mean, there's two sides of that, where it's like, on one side, I was super duper kind of shy and timid in high school, where it's like, oh, I just put up with whatever, and like, you know, you have to listen to authorities, this and that. But then on the other side of the coin, you had kids who would like, it was almost like they were looking to get into arguments with teachers. And I thought like I feel like it's one thing to like kind of, you know, to like have some self-respect for yourself, but it's another thing where it's like, oh, like, you don't have to cause conflict at every situation. Like, that was kind of crazy. I wouldn't go as far as to do that. Because then that's like kind of giving off like, it's giving like Karen energy, where it's like, I remember like, oh god, how do I tell this story? I remember there was this girl in one of my classes where it was like, yeah, anytime there was like the smallest inconvenience or the smallest issue that she had with a teacher, and she would like try to make a whole thing out of it. And like, and funnily enough, I somewhat kept in touch with this girl after high school, and like all these years later, come to find out, like, she's a super duper big, patriot. And like, that was like a, oh, that makes sense to me type of moment. I was like looking back and like how kind of problematic and like, you know, like for as many times as she caused conflicts with teachers as she did in high school, I was like, oh, okay, that tracks. Oh god. No, but yeah, so anyway, coming full circle, that was cool. I thought it was cool to hear from my calculus teacher all these years later, but also kind of random. I was like, wait, am I getting punked? Yeah. Oh god, I feel like I'm turning into one of those people where it's like they peaked in high school. Cause I don't know, I like telling high school stories, if anything, because I just think it's funny. I think it's funny to look back on that time in my life and like all the funny things that happened and cringe. I like embracing the cringe moments like that. Oh god. I forgot that it's 11:40 almost. But yeah, I don't know, like Tetris is similar to Mario Kart. I like Tetris because I can just kind of like turn off my brain. I like to just turn off my brain and match the blocks. Okay. Doop, doop. Oh my god, do you guys have any like long-lasting mysteries of school? And what I mean by that is like, I remember there were some times in school where it was like, you would get like assignments and stuff, and then like at a certain point the teacher just forgets about it completely, and there's always that little lingering thought of like, oh, like one day out of nowhere is the teacher just gonna remember about this assignment that just they totally forgot about. For example, I remember in college I took a music course. I took an intro to audio or something, like a music course, and like I remember at one point the the professor was like, oh, okay, for next class you guys are gonna find a song that is in a 6/8 time signature. And I was like, okay. In fact, I had the perfect song for it because there is a Blink-182 song that is literally called 6/8 because it's in a 6/8 time signature. So I was like, oh, this will be a funny one to bring to class because it's literally called 6/8. It's in a 6/8 time signature. So I had this epic song lined up. And then the teacher the professor just never ever brought it up ever again. And also like, and I kept it. I just like had it, you know, I had it in my back pocket for the rest of the whole semester. And then he just totally forgot about it. It was just like a total like, it was like, yeah, like a mystery. It was a mystery of school. And then also, like, yeah, totally just like the times in school when there were like assignments and the teacher just forgot about it. I remember like at one point, because I forgot about this. Or I don't know if I'm misremembering, but apparently I think from like the very little memories I have, I think there was a time in my life where I was actually I wasn't a good student. And I think it was probably around when I was in first grade. I mean, to be fair, first grade was when my parents were getting divorced, so I think maybe I just had a troubled I had some troubled I had a troubled home life. But because I vaguely remember at one point, like, I had to stay after school, I guess maybe because I was doing so poorly. And I remember like my teacher just at one point, because I had so much missing work and stuff, and like it was all just hiding in my backpack. And at one point she just took all of the homework and missing work that I had in my backpack and just threw it in the trash. And I was like, oh, so I don't have to do those. Like, sweet. And then yeah, I never like, you know, I never heard about that ever again. Like, I never thought about it. Like, I'm so curious, whatever. Because I feel like at some point, like, you know, are they gonna let me go through first grade without doing any of my schoolwork? Ah! Damn it! Oh no, I totally screwed the. Okay, we screwed that one up. Okay, this one's gonna be the last one. LG. This one is truly my LG. Oh, by the way, guys. I forgot if I mentioned this on stream. I bought a I bought a Meta Quest 3S, like a VR headset, because I've been walking on the treadmill now, and I realized that I really hate walking on the treadmill because I have a really short attention span and I get bored very easily. So, and I hear you saying, why don't you just put your phone or put an iPad on the treadmill? Well, I don't know, I think a lot of it has to do with just like the sound of the treadmill also kind of makes me bored and annoyed. So I realized that if I get a VR headset, I can just like totally block out the sounds of the treadmill and, like, you know, the experience of being on the treadmill. So I got a VR headset and I've been watching a lot of movies now. Granted, it's a lot of movies that I've already seen, but oh, and I especially started watching a lot of 3D movies, which has actually been really killer. And I have a lot more of a newfound appreciation for 3D movies. I think because, like, back when 3D was like the fad of the hour, it was really hard to get into 3D because you would, like, you know, you need the glasses and you need the freaking like 3D TV, etc. But now, like, yeah, you can watch 3D movies on like just like a VR headset. I think it makes it way easier. And so, like, now watching 3D movies, like, it's like I enjoy it so much more because it's so easy. And so yeah, I've been watching a lot of 3D movies, and like, yeah, 3D movies where it's movies that I've already seen, but now I get to watch it in 3D. And I totally think, like, as cheesy as it sounds, I do think, like, I'm convinced now that, like, 3D, like, I'm convinced that 3D Like, if you've seen a movie already, like, if you watch it in 3D a second time, it's totally just like a new... It's like you're watching the movie again for the first time. So highly recommend. That wasn't smart. Crap. This wasn't my smartest move. Okay, this might not actually be my LG, because I think I screwed up this run pretty badly. Yeah. Like, even though I watched Star Wars Episode 7 like a billion times, I watched it again in 3D, and it was like, yeah, it was totally like, it was like watching it for the first time. It was crazy. So I've just been like buying a bunch of 3D movies. Just so that I can watch it on the treadmill. And now I realized, talk about like coming full circle from the entire stream for the past, how long have I been going? 3 hours or whatever. Now coming really full circle back to AI. I found this, I found an open source AI program that will convert any 2D video to 3D, which is like something that I always wanted to do when I was young. I loved the idea of 3D. I wanted to make my own 3D videos. So now there's just like it's just like an AI model that will convert any 2D video into 3D. So like, I'm excited to start like, I had an idea now where it was like, cause like, I think the part of it where it's like, I watch 3D movies on the treadmill, and I think it just makes it so much more like hashtag immersive that I forget that I'm on the treadmill. So I've been thinking of like, I think I'm gonna like start like taking YouTube videos and converting it into 3D, because I think that would be fun. Like, imagine watching a freaking like Pokemon stream in 3D. That would be crazy. Oh god. Oh god. Oh shoot, I forgot I'm not holding any pieces. Okay. Doop. Doop. Oh no. Put that here. Okay, we're not having the best start with this run either. Bam. Bam. Oh. Oh god. Here we go. The beginning of the end. Ah, god. The stupid D-pad. I hate when that happens. I accidentally like misclick. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Oh crap. Okay, this one was doomed from the start. Okay, that one shouldn't be my LG because that was terrible. This one will be my LG for sure. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, I gotta turn off my PC. Oh, I'll do it after. So, what else is new? Well, oh yeah, no leaking. No leaks from me. But I'm super excited because I have a super duper awesome opportunity that I guess we'll see if anything actually comes of it, but there's something really cool that I got asked about. So I hope it actually goes through. And I think it'll be like extra. I think, yeah, I got like the coolest, up to this point, possibly the coolest, like, the coolest opportunity I think I've ever gotten. I'm so scared. But we'll see. We'll see if it actually goes through. This goes here. I hate when I get so many gosh dang darn square pieces. It's so annoying. Crap. Okay, that can't be the LG. That can't be my LG. This one's gonna be my LG. Cause, oh god, it's almost 12 o'clock. Okay. Remember I said I would be off by 11? Well... boop 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 boop. Mer mer mer. Dude, like some... Sorry, I just checked my YouTube comments. Some YouTube comments are so annoying. Like, and mainly just... I'm mainly just talking about, like, the disrespectful ones. Like, the ones that are just like, oh, this video sucks, basically. Like, it's so dumb, because, like, who asked you? Like, who the heck asked? Like, seriously, who asked you? Who asked you, brother? I'm like looking around like, oh, I'm just trying to look for the person who freaking asked. Like, what the heck? Like, this is the worst video. What a waste of my time. And I'm like, yeah, who... Did anybody ask? Like, it's such a waste of... Like, you know, you want to talk about waste of time. The real waste of time was me freaking reading your comment. Like, it's so dumb. Alright. Okay, serious playing now. No more joking around. Do. You know what's also been something kind of crazy? I honestly can't even really explain it. I guess maybe I can. I don't know. But something crazy that's been happening recently too is like recently my VOD, I post my Twitch VODs on the Chase Yama VODs channel, and like sometimes those videos actually kind of pop off. I think the VOD where I played Astrobot has been doing pretty well actually, and it's like, it's crazy. I think like I've been trying to be better about like actually putting in effort with when I post VODs. So like I'll actually make a thumbnail for my VODs and stuff, which I think helps. But like that's crazy because like you'll hear anytime you'll hear so many like YouTube and like Twitch gurus talk about how like, oh, don't waste your time with a VODs channel, like it's not worth it and stuff, or like don't spend so much time on it. So like imagine my shock when I start actually getting some start getting some views on my VODs, and I'm just like, what? Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Okay, wait. That one's not my LG. Okay, this one, sorry, this is actually getting ridiculous. See, this is how, like, this is how addiction starts, kids. Okay, this one's actually gonna be my LG. Because it's almost 12 o'clock. Okay, this one's my LG. For sure. Oh, speaking of nobody asking, nobody asked, but, God, I'm so behind on everything. I still have to post, I still have to post the Disneyland vlogs from, like, God, it's been, like, what, a month? Almost 2 months? I still have to do all that, but I think the first one should be coming out very soon. I have everything for it, like I did everything. I just have to edit it. But, yeah, that's been a whole thing. I think I have too much to do. Oh my god, I hate just getting the worst pieces. Okay. We will survive and endure. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no! I hate when I misclick. Okay, I'm gonna actually stay true to my word. I said that would be my LG, so that's the LG. Oh Jesus. Alright. That's enough for night. What did I just say? That's enough for tonight. I said that's enough for night. Okay.